Welcome to Jill on Money, powered by The Compound. We are delighted that you are joining us. I am Jill Schlesinger, certified financial planner, CBS News business analyst, all-around nice gal, joined for this program by Mark Talercio, certified financial planner, executive producer of all things Jill on Money. How are you, Mark?
I am doing well. How are you?
I noticed you wore a better color today.
This is better?
Yeah, well, last time, this color pops. It's nice on you.
What did I don't remember. I have no idea what I wore last time.
You're going to have to pay attention to that. You can't have...
Certain colors are better on screen than others?
Absolutely. Don't you think the blue looks good? Looks good, right?
Looks good.
Okay. I'm going for black.
So what are no-nos?
In this studio, I don't know, like probably I shouldn't be wearing black. White is probably very bad in this studio, right? Okay. So who am I talking to? I'm talking to the crew behind the scenes, Duncan, John, and Daniel, who are helping us bring this program to you. This is a program that helps you make better financial decisions. And if you need some help, please go to jillonmoney.com, click the Contact Us button. Give us an idea of what's going on. If you want to join us on the program, there's a little box that says you would be willing to do that. Mark does everything else. Mark, don't you think we could have a bot doing that at this point or not?
That is beyond my realm of expertise.
You better ask these guys. They probably know. I bet Nicole knows how to do that.
I'm sure these guys know how to do it.
Yeah. So I think we need to get that down. Mark has got so much going on. The idea that you're actually scheduling with people seems to me like an extra layer of things that we could take off your plate.
Well, but I also feel like I know what kind of questions will make for good calls.
Oh, yeah.
I think we talked about this not too long ago, but when you and I first started working together in 2011, I would have to send you every single email and say, is this worth pursuing? Is this worth pursuing?
I had to train him, people.
And you said no.
Right.
Terrible email.
Terrible.
Yes, get this person. No,
yeah.
Terrible. But now, 12 years later, and I'm a CFP, so I kind of know this. I know this stuff now. So I feel like I can sort through all the nonsense.
All right. Well, listen, if you don't have nonsense, no. If you have a question, just go to jillonmoney.com and click the Contact Us button. While you're on the website, there's all sorts of great stuff there. There's the blog. There are resources. There is a way for you to join the Jill on Money Live program, which is $35 for the next 12 months. Oh, actually, it might be going up by now.
By the time this runs, it may be $135.
No, so we first started our paywall, and there's a lot of people signed up now.
Yeah.
That's really nice. So did we hit that milestone? For everyone watching, I gave Mark a milestone to hit for our free weekly newsletter, and he hit it, so he gets the $1,000. Let's see. Yeah, baby. So on top of your other bonus. So yeah, bring it on. And so we'll see if we hit the milestone for the Jill on Money Live. Anyway, check it out. Everything lives on the website. Let's get to you. Today, we are joined by Jason, who's on the line from Michigan. What's going on, Jason? How can we help you out?
Good morning. Yeah, I just have a question. Concerning my retirement, I'm putting in roughly 25%. My employer matches 7%. I'm thinking about reducing that percentage. I would like to maybe venture off into maybe more of a real estate.
Could you pick a worse time in a cycle to start talking about real estate, Jason? Did you want to?
I could not.
Yeah. Okay. Did you want to? Maybe it's too bad you missed 2005. Too bad you missed that peak. How much do you make, Jason?
I make about $80,000 a year.
And are you single?
Divorced with 2 children.
Holy crap. You're so young. How old are you?
38.
38. Okay. No wonder he needs another stream of income. You're putting 25% away. You've got 2 kids. What are you paying alimony or child support or both?
Neither.
Are you receiving child support or alimony or both?
Nope.
Okay. Well, you had such a nice divorce. How come I never did that, Mark? My breakups were so bad.
Not surprising.
He's like nice guy in Michigan. Yeah. No, I have to scorch the earth to get out.
I think he's still friendly with his.
Are you friends with her or him?
We do co-parenting well, yes.
I don't know what that's about. Mark, I told you this, that.
I don't know what that's about right now.
I mean, lesbians stay friends with their exes except me. I have no interest, except my high school boyfriend, who I'm very close with. All right. So, Jason, how's your cash flow putting 25% away on your $80,000 salary?
It's not bad. So I don't have any debt. My house is paid for. It's just, I guess maybe right now extra is maybe $1,000 a month.
You have $1,000 a month extra beyond the 25% that you're putting into retirement.
Yep.
How much is the house worth?
$325.
And how much money do you have in your retirement account right now?
Around 200.
Okay. How old are the kids?
6 and 9.
What are you doing for education for these kids?
So I don't have a 529. I have an UTMA for each of them. One has 15 and the other one has 20 in it.
Why no 529?
Wasn't for sure if they were going to go to college at the time.
What do you think now?
Probably, luckily, the school they go to, they would get like 2 years free at community college, and fingers crossed, maybe scholarships or cash flowed at the time.
Wow, that's a big bet. Okay, tell us some more. The $200,000 in retirement. What about money that's in non-retirement? Oh, and is that retirement a traditional or Roth?
Roth 401k.
Okay, great. What about other money that is not in retirement plans? What do you have?
I have about 10,000 in emergency fund, and then I have about 40,000 in high yield savings account.
Okay, great. And do you have any brokerage account, or that's the 40 and the 10 are it?
Oh, not much, like $1,000 or something in a brokerage account. Most of my extra income goes to my 401k just because I get Roth through work.
All right. So tell us about this. Oh, last, of course, I forgot to ask, since you have kids and you're divorced, you have insurance, and do you have estate planning done?
Estate planning is not done. I do have life insurance.
How much life insurance?
I think 800,000 ish.
Okay. And it's term life?
Yes.
So I don't understand. Like right now, if God forbid something happened to you, obviously the kids go to your ex, but where's all this money going? Who's the beneficiary? Like right now, you name the kids as the beneficiary of your retirement account?
Yes.
Okay, but they're minors. So I think you really need, I think you got to have something down on paper. I mean, I know that you've got, basically your assets will pass by contract, right? So if you were to die today, who would get the house? Who would you want to get the house?
Just sell it and leave the money to my kids.
Okay, so someone has to, so it's a general, it would basically say, this is part of my estate, sell it. And do you have someone in mind who could manage the process for you? An executor, we call. Okay, you have a sibling?
I do.
Do you like your sibling? Remember, you're on video, so they'll see you.
Most of the time.
Okay. I think that's like a huge thing that you really have to do, especially because, you have minor children. And even though you get along with your wife, I think it's important that you have this down on paper and make sure that there is someone who can help manage the process of putting the money aside for your kids. All right. Now, let's go into the next. I've now bothered you and nudged. Have I done enough nudging, Mark?
You've done enough nudging.
Enough nudging. So, what is the rental market like? What would you want to purchase?
Ideally, it'd be like a duplex.
Would you live in half and rent your current, or you'd rent both sides?
Rent both sides.
And how much would that cost?
Probably like $250, $300.
Yeah, what's that, Mark?
It's just, to me, it sounds so cheap.
Well, okay, yes, but to me, I was like, actually thought, oh wait, well, where's that money coming from? So so your game plan would be pull back on my retirement contributions, right, and then accumulate enough for a down payment, right?
Yes,
and then put that down, finance it with some horribly expensive mortgage, right?
Yeah.
You didn't probably think horribly expensive mortgage was what you wanted to do. Mark Talercio, what do you think of this as an idea?
I mean, is the idea pull back on the retirement, get the down payment, and then increase the retirement contributions and get back to maxing out? I mean, because you're going to need, figure 50,000 for a down payment.
At least.
Are you thinking the high yield savings is going towards that?
Majority of that, yes, maybe 30,000 of it.
Okay, so you're still 20, just to get the down payment, but then you're going to need other money. There's always other money.
Mhm.
Right.
So
And it's you not just a principal and interest. There's taxes and upkeep, and you rent it, and then when there's someone leaves, they trash it, and there's maintenance, and I don't know. It's like not a great time to be in this business. What is the allure to you?
Steady income before retirement age of pulling out of the 401k.
What's the what do you think you would get for it rental?
Probably between 2,000 and 2,500 for both sides.
Ooh,
For both sides, so 20 total.
Yeah,
2,500.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. My initial reaction is this is nutty because of where we are in the real estate market. That said, if you're saying this is something I would like to do over the course of some period of time when I do my research and really plug away and make these decisions based on the amount of rent, the cost of the mortgage, what it would mean to maintain this, and the time and the energy. Like, you don't have your hands full. You got 2 kids. You're a single father. I mean, my God. Okay, that's just my editorial there. But if you're willing to do it and you can figure out the numbers and you can make this work, I get where you're going. But I guess I also would remind you that, it's not easy to be a landlord. Have you ever done anything like that?
Nope.
Mark just gave me a look. Mark, what would you like to say to our friend Jason?
I don't want to crush his dreams, but
Yeah,
yes,
you do it. You do. You crush it. Come on, do it.
You really have to do your homework. You have to do your research. We just went through a recent real estate transaction in our family, and we thought about subletting our current apartment, and we had a bunch of open houses, and just going through that process and seeing how flaky people are. I'm kind of glad we pivoted, and I'm not going down that road because I've learned just through that short sample size that I don't have the patience for people and the flakiness that comes along with it.
I just want you to be careful. There may be other ways for you to have a side hustle and gig income, and this may be a good way, but it's not like you're saying, oh, I'm buying this with a 4% note. Like, you can't get rent. I don't even know what you could get for a mortgage for rental property. It's probably, closer to 8 than the 7 that is for a 30-year fixed, or even 6. But I would say if this is something that really is exciting to you, I would keep doing research. I would talk to people who are doing it in your area and find out, where do I find this? I'm very intrigued. It just so happens I was with one of my coworkers today. You'll like this, Mark. One of the women who does hair at CBS, right? She goes, oh, guess what I did? I said, what's that? She goes, I bought a studio apartment in Queens. I said, to live there? She goes, no. I bought it at auction.
Yeah.
And she bought it at auction, and she got an adjustable rate. She ran the numbers. She knows the area. Her mother lives in the neighborhood. So she had earned, but she was totally ready to pounce after doing a ton of research. So my suggestion is, yes, it's possible. Pulling back on your retirement contribution, also possible. But resuming that contribution would be important. And I also think that if you believe your kids are going to be going to college, community college, and then maybe finish those 2 years at a state school, I would replace the UTMA with a 529 because the tax benefit is just awesome. And so that's the only other thing that I would do. And of course, estate planning. Of course.
I will say though, just generally speaking, given your situation, $80,000 a year, you got $200,000 saved. You're saving you're essentially maxing out your retirement plan. I mean, you're doing a great job. Really,
you are. And I'm just giving you crap about the estate planning because you have kids. Like, if you were a single dude and you hadn't done your estate planning, I wouldn't care so much. I really wouldn't. But if you can get that done, let's put that to the top of the list and let's do some research and see how it goes. But otherwise, I think I agree with Mark. You're doing an amazing job. So, and also, by the way, what happened with the fact that you have no debt on your home? Did you actively pay that off or did you inherit that house? How did that go?
Actively paid it off.
Really? That's amazing.
Are you do you hate having debt?
I do.
Because rental property really does work so much better with debt. It really does. So you feel like, oh, I'm. It's like funny. I was just talking to somebody who owns a business which is losing money. He goes, well, it's like I get to write off half of the losses. I'm like, yeah, but the other half are yours. And when you have rental property, I think that, this concept of leverage using borrowed money, that's where it does work better. And also because you don't have a lot of money that's already been taxed, soaking up all of the money you do have in the high yield savings and then some, there's a risk in that you don't have the liquidity you might need down the line. But I feel like he's going to do this no matter what.
Yeah, if you're going to do it no matter what, I would, you're going to pull back on your retirement contributions. I would get the money saved first. I think you want to keep that 40. You have 40 in high yield savings, 10 in an emergency. I mean, I would love to just kind of keep that where it is.
Yeah.
Because who knows what's going to come up in your life. And then, just kind of work the next year or two accumulating a new fund for this potential project down the road. And in the next year or two, rates will come down. You do your research. So when you're ready to pull the trigger, it's just a better environment.
That's right. I agree with that. That's good. That's good advice, Mark.
Thank you.
Very good. Jason, what else you got for us?
I guess if I do reduce my retirement, what would you reduce it to? Obviously, you'd keep the match, but I mean, how low would be comfortable?
I would cut it in half. I would go from 25 to 12 and a half or 15%. I'd keep it like 10 or 15% at least. I would do.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you want to, that will give you at least $10,000 a year to save, maybe a little bit more. And you do that for, a couple of years, like I said, while you're getting all of your ducks in a row. And then you can pull the trigger.
Yeah, I like that. I like that as a game plan.
And maybe you don't start with this, a duplex. Maybe you start with something a little bit smaller and
maybe we don't know. When he does his research, he's going to find out all right, and maybe the duplex is like, wait, I could move into half of this and I could rent my current house out and that would make more sense. But, there's a lot of ways to skin the cat for sure.
House hack.
House hack.
Is what it's called, Jill.
It is?
House hack. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, when you're like in a duplex and you're renting out.
Since I'm a person with charisma.
Yes.
I don't. All right, Jason, go find yourself a house. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right. My goodness. I'm worried about Jason. I'm just saying that right now. I'm worried because I think he really wants to do it.
I'm not worried about him. He's not the type of person that's going to blow up his life.
He's not. But I feel like if you're going to do rental property, again, borrowed money is so much better. The cycle's so weird right now in real estate. But, I think that the safe way to do it is to work hard, accumulate the money in advance. I agree with you, Mark. And keep putting money in retirement. We'll see, but reduce that amount.
Temporarily.
Don't forget to do that. And of course, nudge alert, estate planning. All right. If you are thinking about jumping into the rental real estate market or jumping into real estate or anything else, you want some help with your estate planning, I'd love to have people on camera to explain to me how they're going to somehow escape dying. I'd like that. I'd like that as a challenge here. If you want to join us, just go to jillonmoney.com, click the contact us button because that's where you get on the program and send us your note. Mark does everything else. While you're on the website, don't forget you can subscribe to our free weekly newsletter. Comes out every Friday, which is great. So that's like a good tune-up for this show. And so we are so happy. We're grateful to our friends at the Compound for allowing us to come in here and create this programming with you. And the show is about you. So don't forget that you should try to do something nice for someone else today. Change your work, change your wealth, change your life. Thanks for listening. We'll talk to you next time.